First time for us really casting it. We've done it before, but never with this many people here in attendance, because this is going to be pretty crazy.
I'm stoked. We're kind of in the learning experience too. This is the Magma Chamber. We haven't been doing 1v1s on these, so we're about to learn with these guys how hard it is to go in, what the mentality is. We heard Freak talking to Dyrus. What do you do going in? And Dyrus kind of knew that he made a mistake in the beginning. You know, there's no backing, there's no this. I should have played it differently. So these guys are also still learning.
A lot of these guys just like to run back to the base,
right.
which is one of the reasons Kennon's actually so strong, because the Lightning Rush creates so much distance between the base.
And banned.
And it's probably a smart ban. Oh, man.
I mean, these are obvious bans. So from the little we've seen of this, is generally the AD carriers that tend to get targeted, especially the Dravens. Anything that's really strong at the start of the game, because you can get an easy level 1 kill of these guys.
Yeah, level 2, level 3 kills we saw a lot of yesterday. When we check out some of the VODs that are online, we saw...
If that's not targeted at yesterday, I don't know what it is. Blitzcrank, Kennen, and Annie were all used yesterday. And remember, the guys, these are blind picking. They can't see what each other done. They know what they've banned. They can't see what is coming out. It does surprise me that Varus actually snuck through, but he's gone for Thresh. Thresh is locked.
That's the first lock-in, right? I really want to see.
We're waiting.
I really want to see this Heimerdinger actually get locked in. What would you do against a Heimerdinger?
It's so strong in a 2v2 because there's, you don't need to worry about a jungler coming down at you. You just need to think, I'm just going to poke you with rockets. It's going to be really annoying.
And it's obviously blind pick too, so these guys can't see what they're going against. But if you were to pick like a Darius Thresh into a Heimerdinger, you wouldn't be able to outrange the rockets in any situation.
Oh, Siva's been locked.
Oh man.
Ah, Siva Lulu. So that's actually fairly standard partnership.
Press our comps.
We did see Lulu before though, and technically in the test games we had with the North American scene, Lulu was one of the strongest in there.
Lulu was real strong, but look at this. Like someone said, totally normal lanes.
Totally normal lanes.
And they don't have to, right? We came in here saying this. It could be anything. It could be Bruiser. It could be a crowd control lockdown, but they have gone to regular.
Yeah, so, I mean, what are you thinking? If you could go 2v2, any champion out there, 2 guys, it could be any brand, which we've seen working in that bottom lane.
Bring the heat to the Magma Chamber.
Exactly, Rip. I was setting you up nicely for that one there.
Good one, Rip.
Didn't have it. Freak would be proud.
But what would you think? I mean, what would you go with? Something that's just crazy strong from level 1, or just something that you're gonna hang on? I always had level 6. I mean, level 6 is a long stretch in a straight 2v2 when only 2 kills need to be made or 100 CS.
I always had in the back of my mind that the extra passive champions would be a way to play it. The Anivia, the Zac, to be able to come back after they've used all of that hard aggression. But we'll see as we
We're gonna get to see right away. I wonder if they're actually gonna be able to use this brush here, because it's so far off onto the side of these lanes that, you know, Thresh does have the catch potential in these ones, but it's going to be so hard to actually create any kind of kills.
So this is the first time you guys at home have seen the Magma Chamber, and as you can see, it's a pretty short map, as you would expect. It's a setup for a straight dueling map. It's actually quicker to walk back to base than it is to back off. You can see, obviously, the North American team, they're trying to set up a little surprise here. It's not really working out.
Surprise creeps! Oh, man. Doran's start is actually kind of interesting, though, considering there's a Crystalline Flask on the stake. So any harassing special double take, they're going to have to run back in base to go give that stuff up.
And this is something that we actually heard of yesterday from the matches that happened. Edward, they were trying to keep the pressure on, but you could see the clever people, he's backing. He hasn't tested it. You can run back quicker, but maybe he's trying to bait them.
Yeah, is he really backing?
Bait the hook.
One of those recall baits. There's not much to do in between the creep waves, it seems.
Already popping the flask as well on mistake, so they're just trying to keep topped off.
Just to barriers and heals. Nice!
There is the stake. He's got 2 blights on him. Can they get the piercing arrow? Waiting for the exhaust. The first kill goes in.
Just like that, Doublift said it himself, the strongest partnership. Well, he's happy with that, and that really worked very well for them.
Oh my gosh. Dude, he's like, are we done?
It's over.
Is that actually over, guys? That easy? Come on.
They are in the final now. They are in the final, North America.
Look at the matchup right away. Aggression versus we have to wait till we get that damage, and they used it off the bat.
That game was 1 minute and 47 seconds.
And this is why I was surprised that Varus got through, because that was one of the #1 bans we saw. Because it's so strong, early level 1. It's insane. The hail of arrows, and then, like you said, you got to get that long-range arrow. Once you hit level 2, you are going to get sniped.
And they were bringing, I think, double ignite with 1 exhaust and 1 barrier versus like heals and barriers. and they just blew right through the heals and barriers. That kind of answers your question, what do you go for early game? Obviously North America, with the double Dorans especially too, because when they went into the straight up fight, they just had more combat effect.
And it was that flay at the start. The flay from Thresh.
Oh my gosh.
Set that up, no problem.
So much damage. And we thought it was a bait, right? We saw Chawy walk back, and then it was kind of like, oh dear, wait, this is going a little more awry. And great play coming in from Doublift as well. He walked off the exhaust and then fired that piercing arrow.
That was rather fast, I have